was typical Bob. I think he's losing it. I really do. I think he's not.
We need new chairs, Don. If you're in charge of the budget, you can get us better chairs, can't you?
I brought some. I hadn't seen him in weeks.
I had mine on today.
I looked at it yesterday, it's just pretty short. I charged it up last night. The battery goes dead. You ever get
Burned for getting your head.
They have no sense of humor.
No, they don't. Ever since they put that. Yeah.
This was the day after the bomb.
Oh,
To put it in there.
beautiful building, isn't
Oh my God! So we put it off and put it in our pocket. Held it up for the security camera. I'm gonna be a smart aleck. I might as well be.
The impartial hearing.
It's all it
they
takes.
start that thing early.
What's going on?
Okay, let's call the meeting to order at 7 o'clock. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, republic for which it stands. Just before we start, Mr. Leone and Mr. McClintock both have been excused from tonight's meeting. And we move into our moment of silence. I'm going to request that we have a moment of silence for Robert E. Palmer Jr., a former employee of the North Syracuse Central School District, Patricia DeRoches, a former employee of the North Syracuse Central School District, David Casolari, a retired mechanic with the North Syracuse Central School District, Nancy Devine, a retired employee of the North Syracuse Central School District, and Margaret Hepp, a retired employee of the North Syracuse Central School District. Okay, we'll move into presentations. Is Mr. Rice here for the New York State Science Awards? What? Yeah. Are there students here? Do you have the certificates? Are there students here for those awards? No. Okay. Yep. Okay, so these are perfect scores on the, I apologize, my iPad is kind of lagging here. Okay, so Danielle Sambrook, Jack Kappen, Declan Sullivan, all received perfect scores on the New York State Elementary Science Assessment. Okay, do we have early education program? I see you. Would you like to introduce yourself for our audience?
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Dawn Hussein, and I'm the principal at the North Syracuse Early Education Program. And next to me, I have Kate Lane, who's a teacher in the building and also our BPT chairperson. Tonight, we're going to bring to you, I believe, the first BPT presentation, which is kind of neat for Main Street to be first, and fitting that we're the beginning of the education world. So, back in 1980, Main Street was first established, and we continue to build on our successful program at Main Street. This slide represents our current demographics, 298 students with almost a 50-50 ratio of disabled and non-disabled 3- and 4-year-olds. We operate 12 fully integrated inclusive classrooms, 5 of them being full day and 7 half-day rooms with an AM and a PM session. As you may know, we're a county program, and this year we currently have 9 school districts that are represented in our program. But by far the majority of our students are North Syracuse residents at 83%. We offer a comprehensive program to meet the needs of our students, where a team of teachers and teaching assistants work closely together with speech, occupational, and physical therapists, school psychologists, and we have an RN and an LPN on staff to support the medical needs of our students. Main Street supports the district mission in providing experiences and opportunities to inspire students to reach their individual potential. In most cases, parents and children are exposed to education first in our environment. We strive to offer a welcoming and supportive culture where students are our priority. Our goals are well aligned with the district. Student growth is measurable in preschool. In support of student achievement, the staff at Main Street continues to plan for and meet Common Core learning standards in developmentally appropriate ways. We work closely with parents to promote a positive learning environment. Our first goal is that students will demonstrate measurable progress in developmental skills, encouraging independence, promoting social interactions, problem solving, and collaboration is just some of the work that we do in preschool. Developing individual potential for kindergarten readiness is our goal. We're currently in our 4th year of administering the speed dial assessment, which stands for Developmental Indicators for the Assessment of Learning. We administer this test to all students in our program, both at the beginning and at the end of the school year, and we choose a few items to benchmark mid-year. This slide represents the September test results as compared to the June test results. Total score, standard score, and percentile rank all increased as we anticipated that it would. As we have shown you in past years, we're happy to report that our disabled students are not only growing, like our typical non-disabled peers, but they're growing at a higher rate. This is something that we're proud of. One of the areas that we benchmark mid-year is color recognition. and this graph highlights consistent growth from September to February to June. Meaningful counting is another area that we check in on 3 times per year, and consistent growth was also documented here. And the last area that we benchmark mid-year is called actions, and these items check on problem-solving skills and higher-level thinking. Good consistent growth was noted here as well. Our second goal is for parents and staff to collaborate and strengthen a positive school culture. So historically, we've held our open house in October after all the other schools have gone. And this year, with the support of a research study that was done by a parent, we changed this event to a Meet the Staff night, and it was held prior to the start of the school year. Our survey results support the success of this shift. We continue to offer communication and training opportunities for our families on some home-based strategies for programs like Handwriting Without Tears, Zones of Regulation, which are 2 research-based programs that we currently are supporting in the classrooms. Our third goal is to continue to move towards standards-based and standards-referenced planning and instruction. Through professional learning communities, teachers and therapists are collaborating around Handwriting Without Tears, zones of regulation, and developmentally appropriate practice as evidenced in the high scopes curriculum. Teams are investing time and energy into establishing effective PLCs that are based around looking at student data. And that concludes our presentation for this evening. We'd be happy to entertain any questions or comments that you have.
The only question that I have is, what is the makeup of your BBT?
We have representation from all areas within the school, so members from the therapy team, teaching assistants, teachers, our nursing staff, our custodial staff, secretarial.
I just have a comment. I just want to thank you for all the hard work you do for Main Street and for the North Syracuse School District and your staff. I'm always impressed when I go over into your building, and just want to thank you for your hard work.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Cicero Elementary is up next. Wheeler and her entourage.
I'm Kathy Wheeler. I'm the principal at Cicero Elementary School, and presenting with me tonight are Debbie Parker, AIS, and Allison Hill is our 3rd grade blended teacher. Other members of our BPT are in the audience. Sure, Suzanne Zog, maybe she could stand and wave at you.
She's waving.
And Renee Merritt is one of my teaching assistants. And is there anybody else? And Mr. Perilla is also our BPT district liaison.
Thank you for being here.
Our presentation looks very similar to last year's presentation because I figured since we had so many new board members, we wanted to introduce ourselves to you as well. I won't read the profile, but you can see right there what we look like as a school building. And the district goals that we are focusing on through our BPT work are increasing student achievement and fostering a supportive culture and environment. Specifically, our building goals are around in ELA, the reading fluency, reading comprehension, and writing, and in math to increase our grade level expectations. And then we have an academic character goal through which we teach and support the habits of mind. last board meeting, we presented, a couple of us, about our PLCs, and this is the work that we're currently focusing on to achieve our building goals, are through grade level teams collaborating with each other with the support of service providers throughout the building to look specifically at student learning data and to intervene in ways that will help our struggling students and will enrich our stronger students. That collaboration is data-driven, and we use a number of common assessments to look at all of our students and to see where we need to fill in any gaps that they might have.
And now for the data. This is our 3rd and 4th grade ELA results from we've got some work to do in the 4th grade. The test format changed last year, so why the scores are a little bit math results. You will see at the presents that we've exceeded our school goal, both 3rd and 4th grades, so we're really happy with that. The math, a bit more work to do with ELA, but we're getting closer. James Webb, which is the testing that we do, computer testing that we do with the entire school. Or in Ames Webb, as you're looking across the grade level, the ideal goal is to get about 80% of your population achieving that on that subtest. And as you can see in kindergarten, the teachers have been working very hard, and they have come very close to achieving that goal as grade level. Math in kindergarten looks a little bit like there too. And then we just wanted to show that even though sometimes this is oral counting, it's represented by OCM on the bottom for kindergarten, and this is a math subtest, that even though the overall grade level score may look a little low, you can tell that when you look at a lower performing student, that even though they haven't reached their target goal, the increase is significant. They're making significant gains from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. So when you look at this data individually per student, you are very significant. And then you have a high-performing student who also is making significant gains in that percentage across the classroom. So this kind of data really gives you in terms of the progress that they're making across a school year. First grade Ames Webb data, beautiful. The first graders have really come very close or exceeded that 80% mark across a grade level. Nonsense word fluency is 3 little letters that the kids have to say the sounds very simple math computation. In second grade, again, we're very close to the target across an entire grade level for both read. Then in third grade is that big transition year where the demands become more rigorous. That reflected in the scores and how they do their math, because the demands are significant.
Deb, I just want to speak about this particular graph. when you looked at the sample graph we gave for kindergarten, this kind of tells that story, that it's not that the kids know less in the spring than they did in the fall. It's that target went way up, and so fewer kids were able to meet that target, and that's something that we'll continue to work on.
So there's a change in expectation.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And the fourth grade, just from a glance, you can see that, again, this is for oral. In, as you'd seen that across all the data. And it's just something, it gives really good information about what we need to look at and how we need to view each grade level in terms of their strengths. Honest Manel is the text reading level, and that's where they read an entire text, a book, and get a level. And you will see as Kathy presents that we do very well in terms of meeting our school-wide goal for kindergarten, first and second grade, in terms of reaching that at or above level across the entire grade level.
So we look at our data each year, and we meet as the BPT, and we determine what our goals are going to be for this year. So this current year, these are our specific goals for each grade level. We use last year's test scores to see where this year's population is and what we can expect from them, hoping to make improvements each year. These are some of the strategies that we're using. Allison's going to talk a little bit more about habits of mind in a moment, but these are the different things that we do in the class, at home, with technology to get our students to reach these goals. And these are our math goals. Strategies.
Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about character ed, and we are using habits of mind. This is our third year using the habits of mind, and every year we ask our staff what do they need and what direction they would like to go in. The habits of mind are thinking skills. They promote self-monitoring, self-managing, and self-adjusting. And these aid in more intelligent behavior. So we're looking for behavior. We are continuing with managing impulsivity, persistence, and striving for accuracy. And this year we are adding empathy and compassion. We will be working with our school counselors closely, and we're going to be adding some technology with clips. We also are doing things as a building, I'm sure as everyone in the district, which is collecting food for the Christmas gifts. We are collecting some things right now for the homeless, and I would like to get into more of, there's a book by Chelsea Clinton. It's called It's Your World. Get informed, get inspired, and get going. So I think at this level, especially at the third grade level, with the habits of mind, it's empathy and compassion, and how can we help each other, and how can we help and make an impact in the world. And there's a lot of inspiration through our writing program of Lucy Calkins, and that's a platform that we can take off with this passion.
And that's our building planning team, and we're happy to answer any questions that you have for us tonight.
Kathy, I'm wondering, we talk a lot about scheduling and time to collaborate. It goes along with our mission statement and our goals. I know that it's always a challenge to try to find time to collaborate. And you touched on it on one of your slides, but can you just very briefly explain for the board what your building's been able to do in terms of very creative planning to allow for time for collaboration. Kind of explain how that works and how it ties into RTI and the strategies for students.
So each grade level meets 3 times a month, unless there's a vacation day or something in there. So we took a look at our whole year schedule and all of the meetings that we have to have. So one day a week we have a staff meeting or a blended meeting or a BPT meeting or an advisory meeting. Those are scattered throughout the month, all on different days, so that every other Monday that there's not a blended meeting, there's one blended meeting a month, and then all the other Mondays the 4th grade meets for about almost an hour. And then on Tuesday, except for the second Tuesday, which is a staff meeting, all the other Tuesdays of the month, the 3rd grade meets. And then Wednesday, the 2nd grade meets. So almost once a week, the whole grade level meets from 8:30 to 9:25. When the kids come in, they put their things in their locker. The teachers' doors are locked so that no kids get lost in any rooms. And the whole grade level goes to the gym. They run in the gym. The phys ed teachers are in there supervising them, and they run until 9:25, and then they go back to the class. The teachers collect them, do their attendance, and move on with the day. So that gives every grade level an hour to meet. Last year we started this, and we did it all on Fridays, and I took the kids in the gym, and I used parent volunteers to help supervise. But some of the concerns were that the service providers couldn't go to all of them. Deb wouldn't be able to meet with more than one grade level, where now if she wants to, she can meet with every single grade level. But they can kind of spread the wealth and participate in different PLCs. The other thing we did this year was we changed our building schedule so that we have much more time for Tier 1 instruction. We talked last board meeting about RTI, and where we fall down, where any school falls down, is Tier 1, where real teaching happens, same curriculum for every student, a guaranteed and viable curriculum for every single student in our school, not just the average kids. And so with our new master schedule, where we have only 1 hour of services per day for a grade level, kids are getting Tier 1 instruction together all day long.
Thank you for sharing that. Cicero L is kind of on the forefront with this, and other buildings have become curious and are kind of looking to what they do, and we're hoping to similar in other places.
I was just going to thank you guys for the work that you do, because it's apparent from other presentations, not just this, that other schools do kind of look to you guys for leadership. And, I think that speaks to your leadership, obviously your principal as well as you guys on BBT. So I just want to extend that, gratitude to you guys for, I'm sure that it's extra time, extra work that all goes into this. And it's apparent, and it shows, and it does not go unnoticed. So, thank you.
I just want to make a comment, too. I agree with what Patrick said, and I want to thank you for your hard work. I was very impressed to hear how you're including empathy and compassion in your teaching of the kids, because it's so important for our kids to learn how to be good citizens in the community, and that impressed me a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, so we do have a comment from the audience. Miss Morrison from CNS Science Olympiad.
My name is Amy Morrison. I'm a senior at CNS High School. I've been attending board meetings since my sophomore year to try and plead the importance of funding the CNS Science Olympiad Club to our district. I'm here today to plead a case for the inclusion of the CNS Science Olympiad Club in the school budget for the 2016-2017 school year. As most of you know, I'm here much earlier this year. I've realized the importance of starting to plead my case before April. April is obviously too late. I've spent the last 2 years saving the CNS Science Olympiad Club. My efforts have included going door to door to over 200 local businesses seeking donations, speaking to STEM-based industries for support, and organizing club fundraisers. Thankfully, our local community has supported us. Now it is time for the school district to support us as well. The most important thing an educational institution can give a student is a quality education and academic experience. Sadly, with leaving the CNS Science Olympiad Club unfunded, our students' educations as a whole are lessened. The fields of STEM are the future for our nation as well as our students. However, we as a district are letting our education in these fields lag. In a system built around educating young minds to change the world, we are choosing to cut a program specifically designed to allow students to spend their free time indulging in learning. How can we be choosing to take educational opportunities and knowledge away from our district? With the main district goal of promoting education, the CNS Science Olympiad Club should never have been on the chopping block, let alone cut from the budget. We want our students to succeed in their education and use this success to go far in life. How can we expect our students to be competitive in applying to top colleges around the nation when we have chosen to remove an organization which differentiates a student's resume? Students need to have clubs which enrich their academic abilities outside of the classroom. All students attend classes. What truly shapes a student are the experiences they develop in other aspects of their schooling. The fact that our district has devalued and chosen to eliminate the CNS Science Olympiad Club only hurts the students' futures. In order to be competitive on college applications, our district needs to begin valuing educational opportunities over other non-academic activities. The CNS Science Olympiad Club is a positive academic club with over 40 members in the 2015-2016 competition season. Not only do we have a winning tradition, but we shine one of the brightest lights on our district. Our club promotes everything this district should stand for: academic success, personal growth, and student acceptance. The CNS Science Olympiad Club should be in the 2016-2017 budget. We should be supported by our district. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. I do have to just mention that, just so you know, it is a constant conversation. And the other day, Annette and I were talking about something, and the comment that was shared between the two of us was, we could fund Science Olympiad with that. So it's something that we recognize as a necessity, and we are working on it. We really are. I appreciate your passion. I really do. Okay, so we'll move into board committee reports and comments.
Just at the legislative meeting, we're meeting the legislative committee Wednesday at 5:30 here in the district office.
Okay, the policy committee met last Monday evening. We had a number of policies that are included on tonight's agenda. We reviewed 9 policies in our meeting. 3 are up for readoption without changes. 4 were amended, and readoption with the changes is recommended. And 2 were tabled till December as further discussion was necessary. And we also discussed a policy that the review is past due. It was sent to legal for their opinion, and we hope further discussion in December, and we'll be ready for it on our committee agenda. Our next meeting is December 14th.
Thank you very much. Are there any other comments? I have a few things. Miss Harding, who is a business teacher up at the high school, her students were just recognized for a stock market challenge. So that was kind of a neat thing that I just saw. You know, we received several emails about what's going on. The accomplishments that kids have. That was something that was really kind of neat to see, you know, because we have been in the news lately for a lot of our sports, like our volleyball team. I don't see any volleyball players, but soccer was a regional, but our volleyball team actually just was a state champion. So, you know, regional. So states is this weekend. So that, you know, those are things that we're very proud of, you know, as well as the swimming, yep, and cheerleading. Yeah, well, I was going to say you're running out of them. But then also the play, Nonsense, the play up at the high school. It was the performance itself, the talent of our students. It's amazing to see on a regular basis. So, you know,
Okay, just a couple things. Yes, Patrick, I did have down the 4. I'm very proud to say, I'm very pleased to say that we had 4 fall sports become section champions this year. Girls swimming, boys soccer, cheerleading, and boys volleyball. Boys volleyball went further than that. They won the region last Friday evening, and this coming weekend they will be traveling to Long Island for state competition to see if maybe they can win the state. So we wish them all the best. I just want to comment to the young lady that spoke in your passion. We appreciate you coming and sharing that with us. And your timing is interesting because it's not too early to start thinking about budget. The board budget subcommittee did meet last week, and one of the things that we're looking at are all the co-curricular and sports that were cut in the past 7 years, with the idea that if the budget allowed for any reinstatements, we're trying to kind of prioritize and get a handle on some things. I say that, though, and I kind of hold my breath because we anticipate this being a difficult budget season again, but please do know that we are looking at those opportunities to see if perhaps at some point something can go back in. So thank you.
One of the things I'd look up, I see John here too. Mike and I had the pleasure of meeting with a group of teachers this past weekend that are giving up their Saturdays for the year, basically, correct? So, we benefit from this because it's a teacher leadership program. I appreciated the candor in the conversation. And I appreciate the fact that they're giving up their time to help better our community also. So that was something I just wanted to point out. So we'll move into routine action items. Do I have a motion to take A, B, and C as a group? Mr. Farfalia, Mr. Harrington is a second. All in favor? That's unanimous. Discussion action items. Do I have a motion for the recommendation to create a one-on-one LPN? Mr. Marizio, Ms. Scanlon, all in favor? That's unanimous. Designated gift towards the purchase of the scoreboard. So Syrtec has donated $1,000 as per the North Syracuse Central School District scoreboard sponsorship contract. These funds will be placed in the district's special aid fund. This is part of an ongoing project that we have. Do we have a motion to accept? Mr. Farfalia, Mr. Schuster is a second. All in favor? Yes.
I just want to add, the scoreboard is in the process of being installed. I think by tomorrow it should be completed, and we might have photos to send out to you. We did make our deadline. It will be up and ready to go for the state football finals that we're hosting here this weekend. So we're pretty excited. All these donations have come in.
Thank you. And we need to thank our athletic department for their hard work for that, too. The Acknowledgement of Gifts. The Core Federal Credit Union has made a donation of $247.78 to the North Syracuse Central School District to offset transportation fees for the business department to attend the home headquarters field trip in September. John Cooley from CNY Pickleball donated 2 pickleball nets, 6 paddles, and 16 balls to the Cicero Elementary Physical Education Department. These items are valued at $654. The recommended action is for us to accept with gratitude. Do I have a motion? Ms. Cash, Ms. Scanlon, all in favor? The local assistance plan for Roxborough Road Elementary School. Is there any need for explanation of that? I believe there was backup information in Friday letter. Okay, do I have a motion to approve the above resolution? Ms. Cash, Ms. Scanlon? And there's no need for a roll call for that, correct? Okay. So, all in favor? Okay, so then we'll move into the agreement with the North Syracuse per diem substitutes. Do I have a motion to accept the agreement? Mr. Farfalia, Ms. Scanlon, all in favor? Okay, marketable surplus of vehicles. Do I have a motion? Ms. Cash, Mr. Marizio, all in favor? Do we need an executive session for an explanation on G? No? Okay. So do I have a motion to accept? Ms. Cash, Mr. Farfalia, all in favor? That's unanimous. We'll move into policies H, I, J, K, L. Do I have a motion to take those as a group? Ms. Scanlon, Ms. Cash, all in favor? That's unanimous. The personnel reports A, B, and C. Do I have a motion to take those as a group? Mr. Marizio, Ms. Scanlon, all in favor? That's unanimous. Do I have a motion to move? Yeah, that was just approved.
Before we move on to the recommendation for executive session, I think she's still here. Welcome Ann Lorenzini as house principal at CNS. Congratulations, and we're happy to have you on board in that capacity.
Now I have a motion to move into executive session for the purpose of receiving an update on negotiations with the maintenance and operations, teacher aides, office personnel bargaining units, and to review the employment record of 7 individuals with no action to follow. Do I have a motion? Mr. Farfalia, second Mr. Schuster, all in favor? That's unanimous. Participation in government students, anybody with a pen can sign. You guys are all set.
Well, you know Bill Meyer? Yes. Granddaughter. Daughter over yonder. For her when she was a little kid.
There you go.
Thank you. Old.
Thanks.
I am. Thank you. Oh, I do too, huh? A lot older than I look. Take care. Good luck with you. Take care. See you next week, Beth.